Hi everyone, this week's topic is social cognition. This topic builds on our understanding of the basic principles of cognition to consider how our social environments and experiences contribute to attitudes, behaviours and our view of ourselves. This is an introduction to some of the key concepts of social psychology, which are studied in greater depth later in your degree in social psychology units. Many students find this a really interesting area of study as it gets us thinking about how we make sense of our social world and the behaviours of others. Perhaps this has been a motivation for many of you to study psychology in the first place. When reading your text, take some notes under each of the learning objectives and headings. You'll read about three broad areas: attitudes, social cognition, and the self. Attitudes are our association between an act or object and our opinion. Researchers are often interested in how we develop attitudes and the degree to which they influence our behaviour. You may think that there is a direct link between our attitude and what we will do, but, like many aspects of human behaviour, it is a little bit more complex than this. The social cognition section gets us thinking about concepts such as first impressions, stereotypes, and the attribution of causes for one's own and others' mental state or behaviours. Humans are primed to ask the question why and create explanations for why things occur. This is known as our attributional processes. You will also learn about some biases in these areas, as humans are not always the rational processors of information that we think we are. Finally, the section on the self looks at psychodynamic and cognitive conceptualizations of the self, and also notions such as self-esteem, self-consistency, and self-handicapping. A key question to think about here is whether we have one consistent self or whether in fact there are multiple selves. This is a question that researchers have been puzzling over for some time. It can start to get a bit more challenging to maintain your enthusiasm at this point of the study period, as assessments become due and we all get a bit more tired. Try to keep chipping away. It can be a good idea to have a bit of structure to your study routine to help avoid putting it off. Are there some time slots in your week that you can set aside? Remember to use some positive reinforcements to reward yourself when you've completed your study too. This will help maintain the motivation. You can use what you are learning in your daily life as well. Thank you and see you next week.